Good afternoon, student. So today we'll discuss some more about Numpy Array, and today it will be, I think, last topic Numpy Array. So we'll start in a short period of time. Just wait for. I'm waiting for few to join. I'm waiting for few. So yeah, good afternoon, Puneet. So we'll start with the new topic of Numpy Array. But before that, just tell me if any doubt regarding the last day topic. So if any doubt is there, so I will first discuss that topic, then I will move to today's topic. There are two more few topics are there, very simple topics are there. So basically today we are going to end up this chapter, and then from next week, that is Monday, we'll start a fresh new chapter, new topic. So tell me if any doubt regarding the last day's thing. Yeah, good afternoon, Saga. So I'm just beginning the today's session. I think no doubt is there. Better, it's good. So let's begin with the things. But before that, let me share my screen. So the content of today will be HSTACK and VSTACK. These are the two part of this today's topic. So let's start discussion on it. Just sharing. I think my screen is visible to everybody. Okay. So now, before going to the discussion of the things, let me tell what is VSTACK, what is HSTACK. So I'm just coming to my screen. Here, for example, this is the rough one I'm doing. For example, I'm just taking, you have this array, for example, 1, 2, 3, and you have another array, there is 1, 2, 4, for example. Now, if you want to merge these two array, into one array, into a single array, then we can use either VSTACK and HSTACK. HSTACK full form actually horizontal stack. That means two array will be joined horizontally. You can understand what is the meaning horizontally. That means when two arrays will be joined, it will look like this way, just like 1, 2, 3, again 1, 2, 3 or 4, whatever. So in this way it will look like. So this is the concept of this part, HSTACK and VSTACK. So without delaying, just let's start with the concept actually how we can proceed with HSTACK and VSTACK. So first, what we'll do, just a minute, just a second. Yeah, okay. So if any doubt will be there, just ask on the chat window. So I'm just beginning with the topic. Before we start, we have to import the topic or import the Numpy. So import Numpy as NP. First we have to do these things, and then what we have to create some array. So I'm just creating at the beginning, I'm just creating one array. I will use last day topic, so that if anyone has not been present in the last day class or last day you have not visited or checked, so that you can understand a little bit. So AR1 I'm taking with all ones. So how we can do that? NP dot ONES once there was an array or array function, NP dot once, it will create an array using all the ones only. So now NP dot ones, how many ones I need? I need, for example, 5 ones. And what type of array I need? I want the data type should be of NP, d type equals to NP dot int 16, for example. NP dot int 16. This is my first one. This is my first array. So let me display the array also, AR1. So it will look like this. And now I'm creating the second one. So my second one, I will use zeros. So DROS, zeros. So here also I will use 5 element. I will use 5 element. So this is my second. Sorry, by mistake actually. Again I have to do this one, and then second one I'm doing AR1, and now I'm doing the AR2. I will change it the name AR2. Now using the HSTACK, I will merge these two arrays. So for that purpose, I'm taking AR3. For that purpose, I'm taking AR3. AR3 equals to, here is one function np dot HSTACK. HSTACK. Then within a tuple, you will mention the particular array name on which you want to merge. So I want to merge AR1 and AR2, and the new array will come like AR3. So this is error free. So now if we print, let's see what is coming. You can see the two array has been joined side by side. First it has printed the 111 5 times ones that already we have created, then second array 5 times 0. So that means my two arrays been joined, merged as per horizontal level. This is horizontal array, or we are creating one array, linear array, using the HSTACK. But one point you have to remember, that if the size of the array or dimension of the array is not same, so it cannot merge the things. For example, here I have taken the 5 zeros and 5 ones. If for example, if we take, let me take another example. I'm taking AR4. So what I'll do in AR4, let me create one array AR4 where I will use, just like for example, I will use 6 element, and let's do these things. I will now try to merge these two array by using again HSTACK. So as per horizontal, basically issue will not be arise, but in case of vertical case, when we will go for vertical, then we will find a lot of issue may arise. So let's see what is the output. Here when we will do AR3, so what will be the output? Here you can see first 5 ones has came, then 6 zeros. That means in case of horizontal, dimension means both are of single row, so no issue, one after another is been joined. But now I'll go for the V stack, V for vertical stack, V for vertical. Horizontal means left to right and vertical means up and down. So I will show you how we can go for the vertical one. So for that purpose, I'm just closing the screen. I will take a new fresh one. So I'm just exiting from this one. Again, I'm just opening so that it will be a fresh screen. Yeah, I think screen is visible to everybody. So now I'm just using VSTACK. So before that, again, we have to import the Numpy. Import Numpy as NP. After importing, we'll have to create some array. So again, I'm creating one 1D array. Now I will create one with 1D array. Just like again, I will use simple np dot once, np dot once, and within that I will use now 4 ones, and I will mention the d type equals to, if you do not mention the d type, that is also okay. There is no harm. By default, it will take the float data type. That means you can see here 1 point has came, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, like that it has came. That means it is by default of floating type data. By default, float type data. Now let me take another array. I'm taking second array AR2. Here also I'm using the np once method only. So np once, I'm just writing here np once. Puneet, you have asked one question. In case of first array, we'll take in 16, second array in 8, then it will work or not. Okay, I'm coming to your question, but let me show the V stack only. Okay, let me answer your question. Here, let me create with another data type. So D type equals to, just like by default, we can see the first one was with HSTACK with float data type by default, but here I'm mentioning with another data type, int 16, for example. So let's see whether it will work or not. Okay, oh sorry, some mistake is there. Here just we have to add np. Now let's see what it showing. AR2 is ready. This is my AR2. We can see this one array has been created with integer version. Now let's try to do merge this array as horizontal stack. So for that purpose, I'm taking another array AR3. So AR3 equals to what is the method? Np dot HStack. Np dot HStack. Try to remember, always you have to remember this point that for a stack you have to mention one bracket. Within that again you have to mention another bracket, and within that bracket you have to pass the array. So here I'm passing AR1 comma AR2. So this will answer your question. That means whether if two arrays are of two different data type, so what will be the issue? So let's see. It is not giving any error. That means it can do. So you can see all it's been converted into single data type. That means always remember one point here. Whenever you will try to merge two different kinds of data type array to different data types array, so in that case it will convert into a single data type. Basically, try to remember this point, that whenever we'll use this method, that time higher data type it will convert. That means when we'll take two data type of one of float type, another of integer type, it will convert into float. If you are taking int 8 and int 16, two different array of different data type, then it will take int 16. Always it will try to convert the things into an one data type, and that is of higher version, higher. That means higher in bytes. I think point is clear. Now after doing this, I will go for, with this example only, I will go for VSTACK also. As I told, VSTACK means vertical stack. That means up and up down way. So let me show you that things only. So for that purpose, I'm taking another array AR4 equals to np dot VSTACK. Np dot VSTACK, again another method. Np dot VSTACK. Within that, I'm now mentioning the array, but before that, again, as I told, you have to mention as a tuple. Tuple means within the parenthesis, first parenthesis. So now, next, what you have to go do, you have to pass the arrays. So I'm passing AR1, comma AR2. I'm passing AR1, comma AR2. So let's see. So no error is there. So now let me print. So you can see now, I think screen is visible. What is the output is coming, that when we are using the VSTACK method, both the arrays is been arranged as a two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional means you can see here two rows and four columns. So how we can see that it is a 2D array? So if we print the shape of this array, again I am coming to the shape of this array. So here you have to write just like np dot shape, within that AR4. So what is the what it is giving? It is giving the shape 2 comma 4, because 2 comma 4 means it has two rows. Easily you can see it has two rows and 1 2 3 4 4 columns are there. This is the concept of VSTACK. Whenever we are merging two array as per vertical alignment, in that case, 2 point you have to remember, that the array dimension is must be same. Array dimension must be same. What does it mean? That means for the first case, just like we have seen that the array dimension was different. For example, AR1 was with 4 ones, or AR2 was with 4 ones, AR3 was with for example 5 ones. But we can merge as per horizontal stack. But in case of vertical stack, let me show you one that type of example. So just for fresh part, I'm taking another idle window. So here again from the beginning, I'm taking import numpy as np. Then I'm taking the first one, AR1 equals to np dot ones ones. Within that, I will take how many ones? I will take, for example, 5 ones. So by default, it will be a float type, and then I'm taking AR2. AR2 equals to np dot ones only I'm taking, but here I will take dimension of 6 ones. So here I have two arrays, AR1 we can see, AR2 we can see, of two different dimensions. Now Again, I'm showing the two things. First, I will again showing AR3 as per horizontal stack. So let's see H stack within bracket. You will pass the two array, that is AR1 comma AR2. So there will be no error. You can see simply the two arrays will be merged. Now I will go for the second version, that is AR4. I will use here AR4, and now here I will use the VSTACK mechanism. So let's see what is the output. Here one output has came. Output means error has came. Why this error has came? As I already told, in case of horizontal stack, one after another, we are just presenting, or we are just placing one array one after another. But in case of vertical stack, in case of vertical arrangement, when we are merging, trying to merge two arrays, that case you have you should have two arrays of identical shape, two arrays of identical shape. That means first array was with five columns, but the second array is of six columns. So that's why it has given error. So if we want to again merge the two arrays should be same. Now, for example, here I'm just changing the AR2 now. In place of 6, I'm changing it to again 5, and this is one AR2 with 5 array. Now again, if we do AR4, now it will not show any error. Why it is not showing any error? Because now the shape of the array is identical, is same. So you can see the output. This is the concept of VSTACK and HSTACK. Now just tell me if any problem or doubt is there, so that I can proceed to just few simple topics. More one or two topics are there. Just tell me if any doubt is there regarding this area, in this area. Let me know. If any doubt is there, just let me know if any doubt. Quickly ask so that I can move to the next array. If doubt is not there, that's very good. Then let me switch to the next one. Okay, now second next method or next things in VSTACK, data type must be same. Yeah, that is the same case. If you do not mention the data type, by default it will take float. If you mention with two different data types, so automatically it will convert into the higher data type version, just like we have done in case of HSTACK. In HSTACK, as we have seen, one was with integer, another was with float. So it has converted into float. So as I told, it will always try to convert into the higher data type. This you have to remember. So this is the thing. Now I'm just going for the next topic, that is the concatenate. That is concatenate. So can anybody remember the what is the meaning of concatenate? Concatenate means actually when we want to merge two array, just like here through HSTACK or VSTACK we are merging. Concatenate also is the same meaning. For example, let me show you with another example. For suppose I have one string ANPS. If we write plus word and then here I am writing CHANDH Chanda, it will add to list just like that only. So it will show you ANPS Chanda. It is showing ANPS Chanda in that case. So this is the concept of concatenate. In case of array also we can do that concatenate operation. So let's do with this. Yeah, string also only. So I'm taking another two array. For that, import numpy as np. First I've taken, quickly I'm taking two array. AR1 equals to np dot, let me take with another way. So for example, a range, for example. Now let me take with a range function. With the a range function, if we take, we have to mention the range. We mention a 5, and then AR2 I'm taking here np dot another function a range, and using a range I'm taking here 5 means it will come from 0 to 4. 0 to 4, that means total 5 elements. Now here I'm taking, for example, 5 to 10 for example, so it will be of the same length. So for that purpose, now I will concatenate these two array. So let's see how we can do the concatenation operation. So for that purpose, we'll write simply AR3 another array. That is np dot concatenate concatenate np dot concatenate. I'm concatenating array 1 comma array 2. Okay, just a minute, few error is there. Np dot concatenate two arrays. Okay, sorry, just one mistake is there. We have to use as a tuple, and then here, just like the previous one. Here you can see in the same way, just like it has done in this case of HSTACK, same way it has concatenated or merged two arrays. Now here I will use another example, another good example using one 2D list also. Let me show that example, but let me create that two array. One good example I'm just showing. Just a second. Let me create two 2D array. For example, I'm just creating one array. AR1 equals to np dot arrange np dot, sorry, spelling mistake is there, arrange. Then I'm creating one array. Okay, so Bahachi, you are there. Okay, so np dot arrange is function is there. So using np dot arrange function, for example, I'm just creating one array. So a 1 2, or let me take up to 10 only. So there are 10 elements. We can reshape it using the reshape function. We'll reshape into 2D array. So what I'll write here, 2 comma 5. That means 2 rows 5 column. Already we have done the reshape function. So here is our array. We can see the array also. This is my first array AR1. Now I'm taking AR2 also. So for that purpose, I'm taking np dot arrange within bracket. I will now write 10 comma 20. So that then again I will reshape it. As per 2D array. So 2D array again I'm taking 2 comma 5. 2 comma 5. So here is another array AR2. So now if we print, it is of same dimension. Now I will use the concatenate method to concatenate these two arrays. So let's see. For example, I'm taking AR4 equals to np dot concatenate np dot concatenate. Just a second. Np dot concatenate within bracket. Again another tuple bracket is there. So there I am passing to array AR1 comma AR2, and then just giving enter. So AR4, this is my new concatenated array. You can see this has been concatenated. Now here one special thing now I'll show you. So this case, since here you can see the new array has been created by concatenating two 2D array. So one after another it is been placed. One after another. This was the first 2D array, then second 2D array. So ultimately the new array has came with another dimension. So what is the dimension of this new array? This will be 4 comma 5. So how we can check? np dot shape. Within that we'll pass the array name. So this is the new array 4 comma 5. So here is another variable, another argument we can pass in the concatenate option. For example, now let me take AR1. If we write here AR1 AR2, then we'll write another method, another concept is here, comma axis is equal to 0. This is the first one. So I'm printing again AR4. So same output has came, But you will ask, sir, why same output it is coming, but why you are writing x is 0? Now let me write x is 1. Let me write x is 1. So, okay, sorry, one mistake has there. AR4. Now it has came AR4 with different array. So you can see what is the difference is coming when I'm mentioning axis 0 or I'm not mentioning any axis. So by default, the array shape, earlier shape, what was the earlier shape of AR1 and AR2 is not being changed. Just one after another, it is being placed. That is, it was of first array was of 2 by 4, 2 by 5, and second array was of also 2 by 5. So one after another, it has been placed. But in case of second one, when I've mentioned axis 1, in that case, you can see the array is being merged as per column wise, just like now the new shape has been changed. The shape of this array is being changed, just like, sorry, AR4. Now if we write np dot shape, and within bracket if we mention the AR4, you can say the shape is changed. 2 is comma 10. Now what is the meaning of this thing? When we are going as per axis 1 means we are running as per just like what horizontally, we are running as per horizontal way. So this is the concept. If whenever you are concatenating two things, if you merge or if you concatenate as per axis 1, the column will be merged, just like one after another columns will be arranged. The first array was of 2 rows and 5 columns, and second array was also of 2 rows 5 columns. Now it is being changed to 1 row 10 column, 1 row 10 column. So ultimately when we merge the two array, it has come to 2 rows and 10 columns, 2 rows 10 columns. This is the concept behind axis 0 and axis 1. Tell me if any doubt is there regarding this axis 1. If any further doubt is there, tell me. I will give some more example. If we use axis, no, you forgot about the axis. Axis already we have discussed at the beginning of this Numpy chapter. For your case, that means whenever we are using 2D array, in that case there are two axes. In case of a 1D array, there is one axis. Axis always start from 0. Since we are working with 2D arrays, so you can either mention axis 0 or axis 1. When you are working with 1D array, you can only mention axis equal to 0, because axis when a single D array is there, linear array, only one line is there, one row is there. So then in that case, axis 0 is possible. When you are working with 2D array, two-dimensional, row and column is there, more than one row, more than one column is there. In that case, you can use either axis equal to 0 or axis equal to 1. This is the concept. Don't forget it. This is important thing, because this next few chapters also we have to know this concept. We have to work on this concept also in the axis one. Yeah, in case of 3D array, we can use the axis equal to 2, not 3. Axis equal to 2, not 3. Remember, always axis start from 0. For 1D array, axis 0. For 2D array, axis 0 and axis 1. For 3D array or multi-D array, just like axis 0, 1, 2 onwards. In this way, axis goes on. I think point is clear. So tell me if any doubt is there, more doubt is there. Okay, then fine. We are just closing the session here. From Monday onwards, we'll start a new chapter. So if any doubt is there also, you can ask the question in classroom also. Thank you, student. Have a good day.